I'm Jess.
And I'm Wes.
I'm Jess.
And I'm Wes.
I'm Jess.
And I'm Wes.
We are the National Wrestling Clipping Alliance. I'm Jess.
And I'm Wes.
And we are the National Wrestling Clipping Alliance. And you are watching the NWCA podcast, the only wrestling history podcast that doesn't just talk wrestling history. We show history. Wes, buddy, we're back. We gave our thoughts on Vinnie Mac. And my chair is still not fixed, as you can tell. You can hear it squeaking. But we got a big show today, and we got lots coming for everybody. Buddy, it's been a while. I know you're busy. I've been crazy busy with work. What's going on?
It's been fun here. It's nice and no snowy. That's the best part.
Yeah, winter peg, buddy. Winter peg.
Work is good. Wife is good. Grandkids are good. Daughter's good. Dad's good. Everything's good. Going to a wrestling show soon with Terrence Mashalak, who was the editor and creator of Canadian Championship Wrestling back in the 80s. So I'm looking forward to going with him. That should be fun. And I'm hoping still to get a hold of Fuzzy Sayers, wrestler out of the BC. He's living in Winnipeg now, and I'm hoping to get a hold of him. And we can get together and slam some beers down. And that would be really exciting. Jamie Greer is writing his book on wrestling history in Windsor.
Yeah.
And I think we're going to do a little chit chat with him about. I think I'm going to be doing a little chit chat with him about the Wild Man in Windsor. So that's exciting.
Yeah, that's going to be huge for you, buddy.
Yeah, and I'm really looking forward to talking with him. Let me think what else is going on wrestling wise. Other than Vince McMahon retiring and that other guy just had his last match. What's his name?
Oh, Ric Flair.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty neat that he had his last match. I don't know.
Don't ask me, okay? Don't get me going on it.
Oh, we'll get into it when we get into the episodes. But speaking of episodes, there's only one way to stay on top of what we're doing, and that's by subscribing to the channel.
100%.
You can look us up in the search bar, NWCA Podcast. Click on the page, and we have all our episodes available. We've done Gene Kiniski. We've done WWF. We've done St. Louis. We've done Texas, Detroit. We're going anywhere and everywhere. And we've done even fan requests. Someone asked us to talk about the NWO, and we've done that. Again, look us up on YouTube, search bar, NWCA Podcast, subscribe to that channel. If you don't, or, if you don't want to just follow us on YouTube, we have 3 Facebook groups. Wes, want to take over for the Facebook groups? Oh my God.
National Wrestling Clippings Alliance, #1 in our hearts, #1 in our souls. Ontario Wrestling Clippings of the Past. And the Wild Man Tribute page, which is one of our favorites, and it's up over 1,100 now. We have, I think, 2,700 members in our 3 pages.
Yep.
The growth on those is just fantastic. But yes, we want our YouTube channel to grow. So we're at 78 now, I think, so around there. We'd like to see 150 by the end of the year. I'd like to double it for sure. Because, we're trying our hardest here to bring you interesting things. And I know, sometimes we're a little bit off, but we love this and we want you to love it too. We just don't want to be another podcast in the whole fishbowl of podcasts. We want to be up there with the only podcast that not only talks wrestling history, we show it, baby.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. So bring it on, guys. Come on, we can do it.
Yeah, big show today, but we have a couple things going on that we want to share with you since we're saying that we are keeping it going. We've been talking about this Nature Boys of Ontario idea, and we've been saying we're going to do it, and we haven't done it, but the research has finally been done, and we are ready to go. So after today, the next 2 episodes. So next week we're going to be in Texas in 1991 doing a WWF show featuring Sergeant Slaughter and Ultimate Warrior. Wes, I know you love it, eh? Look at you.
I'm pretty excited with that because I've been doing my own research, and yeah, you know what, it was a pretty interesting time. Lots of shit going on there.
And we will talk all about that next week.
Sherry.
But the week after that, we're starting the Nature Boys of Ontario, which is going to be Buddy Rogers' career in Ontario, and then we're going to talk about Ric Flair's career in Ontario. And then we're just going to talk and compare, and
yeah,
it's perfect timing since Vince retired, so we're doing WWF next week, and then Ric Flair just had his last match, so now we're doing the Nature Boys of Ontario and comparing the careers, and I mean everything's just lining up for us, Wes.
Yes, and we really would like you to subscribe. We can't offer you anything more than ourselves and what we do and what we love to do, and we hope it comes across because it's so much fun, and I absolutely love doing this with you, Jesse. You are a rock solid guy, and I love it.
Well, thank you. Don't make me blush on camera, buddy. Yeah, it's
nice championship belt, by the way, back there. What's that? Plastic?
So yes, it's my toy belt, ECW. I have it signed by Sabu here at the bottom.
Get out.
Yeah, and then I have it signed by Mikey Whipwreck. And then I have it signed by Shane Douglas.
Awesome.
And I have them sign the date of when they won the title.
Okay.
If they will. I have Shane Douglas put like longest reigning champion and stuff. I'm like, look, these are some of the stats. I'm like, can you just put some of them if you don't mind? I don't care what you write. You don't have to do it. I don't like to make these guys do what they don't want to do.
Yeah.
Right? Like, if they're not comfortable doing it or they just want to sign their name, I don't care. But yeah, they all did it, which is pretty cool. And then I got my NXT 2016 TakeOver Toronto 1. And then it's the Revival, which is FTR, versus DIY. And that match was best 2 out of 3 for the tag team championships, and it won match of the year. And I was there.
Awesome.
Buddy, in my late 20s and jumping out of my seat.
Yes.
That's wrestling, buddy.
I did see there was ECW belt, and I was like, we should do an ECW episode.
We could. Or we could do a Hulk Hogan episode. Hey, Wes. How you doing, bud? It's me, your friend, Hulk Hogan.
Did the microphone pick that up?
I'm sure Johnny will have to edit something out. But we got...
No, just hang on a second. I was outside today.
Yeah.
We had family over for supper. I was outside today, and this really nice cat came over to us. Mm-hmm. So I was like, oh, I love cats, right? Hi, kitty, hi. And here, it's out in the country sort of, so you don't want to get too close and whatever.
Yeah.
The cat's really friendly. So I was like, all over us and everything. So it snapped at my granddaughter. So, okay, fine. She probably stepped on it or something. So I turned around to pet it, and that fucking thing attacks me and it gouges my leg. So I'm feeling kind of faint. But I think I'll be okay. I think I can carry on. Let me get my NWCA cup and have a drink first. Yeah, big gash on my leg from this wild cat outside. So I told it to go away.
Dude, I wish we had that on film because that would be perfect wrestling content for the channel.
It wouldn't have been because when my foot hit the cat's belly.
Oh no, Wes, no. It's all right.
Just make believe.
Oh, make believe. Well, what's not make believe is our episode today. We're back in Toronto, Ontario today, July 7th, 1974. Not Maple Leaf Wrestling, though.
No, I know.
It's the World Cup of Wrestling. And Wes, what's going on? What's happening here? Frank Tunney lent out the fucking Maple Leaf Gardens?
I doubt that he had any business in this card. I imagine it was either through Tiger Jeet Singh or someone like that, that they just actually rented right off the Maple Leaf Gardens with Tony's blessing. Like,
I was gonna say there's got to be a cut.
It wasn't. I don't think it was through Frank at all, because they had a show in Vancouver also. So strange card. As much as I remember this, not specifically, but I remember at the time it was just so strange. Where's the Sheik? Where's Lord Athellayton? Where's the Love Brothers? Where is everybody? And we were all talking about it at the time because it was really strange. And then to see the ad come out, it was like, who's Majid Accra? And no disrespect to anybody. And believe me, Jesse, I found pictures of most of these guys on this card. So I was quite amazed. I don't know the specifics because I was like 15, but I do know that it was a big deal.
Yeah.
Maybe it was a big deal for the population of Toronto that was from the Middle
Eastern descent.
Yes. Spit it out, Wes.
Yeah, right.
Really different, anyways.
Yeah, I remember coming across this a long time ago, and I even asked you about it because I bought the ticket on eBay. So here, this is going to be the first piece. So there's the ticket there.
Yep.
And then we got the card that we're going to get into in a second. But before we jump into the card, Wes, I want to discuss and set the scene for everybody like we usually do. We're going to set the scene by just saying the major champions of 1974 at this moment in time.
Yep.
So July 7th, 1974, the NWA champion is Jack Briscoe.
Yep. Awesome. Petty probably had just been in Ontario a couple of months before or a couple of months after, because he came to Toronto a lot. He wrestled, I think, 10 times in Toronto.
Really?
With the title, yeah.
Oh, wow.
And
yeah, he lost it. He lost it in '74 to Baba in Japan, and then won it back like next day, pretty much. One of those switch back and forth things, which was common back then.
It was, especially in Japan.
Yeah. The AWA champion, your boy Vern Gagne.
It's my belt. I'm not giving it up.
Oh my God. I wonder why Don Leo Jonathan didn't have a longer run as AWA champion.
He just.
It kills me. That's one guy that didn't hold the major title, and then he held the AWA title. But
did you see the video I posted with Don Leo Jonathan and Killer Kowalski?
Oh, I think so. Yes.
Just that was right around that time too. Just amazing talents. Two guys, and Don Leo Johnson's, and I like to hurt people too, and he just walks off. It's like, oh man.
He's hilarious. I like that guy.
He didn't want to stay. That was the thing. He didn't want to stay. He wanted to have a good life and do his own thing. Unfortunately, because he could have been a. But someone made a point, Jesse, and it's true. How would you? It's like why Andre never got the belt. How would anybody ever come to see him after 6 months or something? Because everyone would know that he couldn't be beat. Jonathan was such a great wrestler, right? He could go scientific, he could go mean, bad, or whatever. But he would have been like Stan Stasiak.
Yeah,
held the belt for 9 days. That's it. And I'm doing that.
Well, I'm
posting a Stasiak.
You'll never ever get it reversed, but it's all right. Speaking of the Hall of Fame. WWF champion at this 1974, at this time of this show that we're going to be talking about, was Bruno Sammartino.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, Vince McMahon Sr.'s boy, buddy. And then when he was done, he got Andre. So
Vince McMahon Sr.'s boy when things were going well, and when he weren't going well, I'm going to double book you, and then you can go to Toronto and find your happy spot. Frank Tunney was so instrumental in taking Bruno in close to home and then changing his career. He really was. As soon as they realized that they had made a mistake, they called him back so fast it was.
Oh yeah.
Made our eyes spin.
Doesn't matter hindsight being 2020, Bruno Sammartino and Whipper Watson in Toronto,
Yeah.
biggest babyface team probably ever.
Yeah.
But again, we're not talking. Let's focus on today, man, because
Yeah.
it's funny to talk about it. We just exited July, but it's funny because the World Cup is coming to Canada, so to talk about this World Cup of Wrestling is kind of neat. Again, I'm going to show the ticket here before we do the card rundown. This is from, I don't know, you would know more about this than I would. Sunday, July 7th, section 55, row F, seat
And
3.
it's a blue. So the seats in the gardens were blue, and east would be at one of the ends.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the gardens ran east and west were the two ends.
Yeah.
So yeah, you were in the blues. That's not the greatest ticket in the world. How much was it? Does it say how much it was? $5?
No, it doesn't actually. It says entrance by main door or try Church Street door.
Okay, so yeah, the price was ripped off when they ripped the ticket now.
Yeah, but I don't just have that.
You have the ad too, right?
What's that?
You have the ad also.
Yes, I have something. It says World Cup wrestlers have time to sing. So I have this to send in to John.
Oh, okay, cool. Yep, good.
Yeah, so I think I got this. I asked if I could save this off one of our group members. I don't like taking everything. But centuries before the birth of Christ, the Domians now where the hell is this? No, when a crowd of close to 10,000 exclusively East Indian gathers on a hot, muggy night in the Forum where the cigarette smoke still lingers from thousands of soccer fans who filled it just a few hours before.
Okay.
So I didn't know.
They must have had a pay-per-view event or a film, whatever, at the Gardens for a soccer match.
Really?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool, actually.
So the tickets were $8, $6, and $4. So the blues probably would have been $4.
Okay.
Yeah.
And from my understanding, looking into this event, it just didn't happen in Toronto.
Yes, we've seen. I haven't seen it for years.
Okay.
There was a ticket floating around in an ad for it was either Vancouver or Victoria, BC. Other than that, they had no other shows that I know of. We've just never seen them.
I wouldn't even expect, not saying that he wouldn't have done it, but Stu Hart lending out anything in Alberta.
There wasn't anything big enough.
Yeah.
The Coliseum, I think, is what they had, was the big arena in Calgary, and then he couldn't even use it all the time because sometimes they couldn't.
Pacific Coliseum.
No, Pacific Coliseum was in Vancouver.
Yeah.
I think Calgary Coliseum.
Oh, okay.
It was probably like not even 10,000 people.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, and they had the Victoria Pavilion.
Yes, which was tiny, probably only less than 5,000 people. I'm guessing, but it was small compared to Maple Leaf Gardens, right?
Yeah, and this event came twice, right? No, only one shot.
Yeah, well, when you said that in the notes, I started looking at it, and yeah, old person's brain. I'm thinking 1978, but I don't think so, because 1978 was the metamorphosis of the AWA and the Mid-Atlantic coming into Toronto. So there's no way they would have not had Ric Flair and Rick Steamboat here.
Yeah, because 1974 was like the slow ending of the Chic era in Toronto.
It was getting closer to the end, yeah.
Like it was just like we're on the back end now.
Yeah.
Right. So, well, let's get into our card rundown, buddy, because there's some interesting names on this card.
So strange because the ad did say nothing about any North American wrestlers. People who were going there probably thought that they were going to see just all worldwide stars.
Yeah.
But the opening match, and it was a killer. Tony Parisi versus Chris Tolis. And nothing wrong with those two guys. They could both go, but
Chris Tolis is local, no?
Both of them, yeah.
Yeah, they're both.
Parisi from Niagara Falls and Tolis from Hamilton, yeah.
Yeah. That's well, I mean, quick drive, I guess, for them, but
Yeah.
I mean, you got to draw some other fans too. They're not just you got to try to draw everybody.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, you have a target audience, but you need other wrestling fans to show up and say, "Hey, check out our wrestling show."
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
So to see something like that, uh, that match, man, it screams a wild man match to me.
Oh, 100. I'm sure Precy and Tullis wrestled against each other in Wild Man cards like 100 times easy.
Really, eh?
Probably more.
Next match.
Yes. Majid Akra versus Terry Yorkson, and Terry Yorkson went down. So there's another absolutely bizarre match because this chap, Majid Akra, had worked mostly in Britain.
Oh,
And
okay.
Terry Yorkston, not taking anything away from Terry Yorkston, not saying he couldn't wrestle, but the clash in styles must have been unbelievable. I don't know if you have when we post all our pictures and everything, we'll see what that article says on how long that match went, because wow. And I do have a picture of Majid Akra. It'll be posted up after.
Yeah. Everything will be posted at the
Yeah.
end. So just bear with us while we do the rundown, and then you'll see everything at the end, which is going to be great.
Unfortunately, yeah, because if some of this stuff is a little bit so obscure, there's no pictures in any magazines or anything. No.
Dude, today's a huge history lesson for a lot of people, including myself, because I didn't even know who Majid Akra or Terry Yorkson were.
Oh, Terry Yorkson was a longtime referee in Toronto Maple Leaf Wrestling.
Really?
Yeah, refereed for like huge matches.
Wow. Okay, cool.
He hurt his back. He turned to refereeing.
Refereeing. Oh,
yeah.
okay.
And referee. Jesus.
Oh my God, buddy! What's
tons
going on
of matches
there,
in Maple Leaf Gardens. He was the go-to guy, the local go-to guy.
That's pretty cool. Yo, history lessons tonight with Wes, boys and girls.
It's going to be interesting because I do have some stuff on some of these guys.
Yeah. What about the next match? Tiger Jeet Singh defeated Golden Boy Opalo.
Okay, so we all know about Tiger Jeet Singh. Jesse, if you ever have a chance to go out to Milton.
Milton,
yes. And if you're going to be driving past Milton on the 401, just as you're coming up by Kelso Park, if you look to the left, if you're going west, and you look down a little bit over the horizon, past some industrial, you'll see a massive mansion out in the country.
Yeah.
That's Mr. Singh's mansion.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It's so big you can see it from the 401.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
I met him and got his autograph. He was not the most cordial man in the world, but he was busy and more important people to talk to. So I always liked him. I thought he was fantastic in doing what he did. And he started as a wild man. He started out like when he was in Japan, a crazy bad guy trained by Fred Atkins and big star in Ontario for 30 years or something.
Yeah.
Golden Boy Apollo wrestled in this area. I don't know who he actually was. He wrestled for the Wild Man for a bit, wrestled in Gardens for a bit, wrestled in Buffalo, and whatever. Don't know.
Yeah, okay, whatever.
No offense against the guy, but yeah.
Kashmir Singh defeated Andy Martin.
Okay. Jesse, guess what?
What?
I left my piece of paper in my office. Take over.
Wesley forgot his notes.
Okay, here we go. Sorry.
Back to the show.
Yeah. So we've got
Kashmir Singh
and Andy Martin.
Sir.
So this is a good one. Kashmir Singh we have absolutely no information on Kashmir at all.
Wow.
How's that? But I'll make up for it. Andy Martin wrestled here for quite a while.
Yeah.
In Ontario and Detroit and a few areas. Went back to the UK, stole the Wild Man's idea of having a wrestling bear, and had a wrestling bear that he toured with in the UK for years and years and years. He just recently died. I think he died last year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, I knew about the story of the guy who stole the idea, but I you know me and names. I'm so hard to remember everything.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I just found out. I knew of him, but I didn't know he had a bear until I saw his a story on him in one of on some British site when he died last year. So,
wow.
Yeah. And he did well with it. And he, like, his bear was like a dog to him, like in the house, the whole bit.
Yeah, well, so was Dave's, right?
Well, yeah. Until.
Well, nothing bad to say about that, but anyways.
Well, it happened, and I don't like talking about it either. But yeah, some poor lady died. That sucks.
And their family's part of our Facebook groups, and they really do appreciate what you do for sure. You more than me for sure with the page and what you've done. So, and no one can take that away from you, buddy, because over 1,100 members, and you started that from scratch. So,
well, it's been a labor of love, and it's like, yeah, it's coming up this November. It's going to be, I think, 8 years old.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool.
So you've done well. I should be happy about that.
Thank you.
Man Singh defeated Than Yang Chung.
Yeah. So,
Than Yang Chung.
Man Singh.
How bad do you think Johnny's laughing right now? America #1, USA, play.
So, did you see the picture on the ad too? He looks like a Chinese guy, and I just, oh man, I just know we could make fun of people's names all day, but onward and upward here. We got he was also billed as Prince Man Singh, MANN. And he was really big in the UK from about 1965 to right till 1988, wrestling in the UK. Oh, wow. So not too shabby. He was born in 1942, so this time he would have been 30 something years old, 34 years old, 32 years old. So yeah, a big star. Where else? I do not know. I mean, I didn't delve into whether these guys had gone to Japan or not. I guess I could have, but do I start rhyming off? Oh, he was in Kobe, and then he was in, yeah, whatever. Than Yang, sounds like something you'd wear.
Than Yang Chung. What's the combo today? Than Yang Chung.
The combo. we're being not very nice.
Oh shit.
So next, let's settle down from Than Yang Chung. I think he didn't show up on the card. I'm pretty sure he didn't make it. I think he wrestled against somebody else. Mm-hmm. Chung Yan Thang.
Cream up some young guy.
Yeah, I've been there before. That was a dark time in my history. So the next match was Randhawa Singh versus Pat Roach. So
Pat Roach, I know the name Pat Roach.
So have you ever watched the movie with Harrison Ford?
Indiana Jones?
Yeah.
Which one?
First one.
Yeah.
So he's fighting this guy at an airplane.
Yeah.
And the airplane the chalk comes out of the wheels and the airplane starts turning and some guy's head gets chopped off.
Yeah.
Pat Roach.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're going to have to look that up. Get a little meme going here in the bottom.
It's true. And I've got a picture of that fight scene to post up on the pictures. And Randhawa Singh is Dara Singh's brother.
Oh, okay.
Who was in the main event. and I've got pictures of both of them together. And these two guys were huge, like huge stars all over the world, like just massive stars, right? Dara Singh, his real name was Didar, and he was born in 1928. Just recently died, like a couple of years ago, and a movie star, owned a film company, singing star, videos, wrestling all over the world, huge. So that's Rwanda or Randhawa Singh. I'm sorry, it's just not our.
Randhawa Singh.
Pat Roach was a UK wrestler. Huge, wrestled in Calgary. A couple other wrestled in California. I've got a clip of that. Big guy, like 6'6", about 285 or something. And he was in quite a few TV shows that I've watched from Britain, like series. Like he was in the actual series in the cast. So yeah, he did both wrestling and acting.
Wow.
Yeah.
Which brings us to the main event. Speaking of Dara Singh, he defeated Danny Lynch.
Yes. So,
what do you think of that one?
I do have it. I do. They did a World Cup of Wrestling in 1979 at Varsity Stadium. I have it written down here. Dara Singh wrestled against Brute Bernard.
There you go.
1879. World Cup 2.
That would be 12. 4, 8, 12.
So Danny Lynch was a big British wrestler, big star. Wrestled right across Canada 2 or 3 times on tours. Was a big star in Calgary. Huge star in Montreal for the Rougeaus before they had the big fight with Vachons on Grand Prix Wrestling. I got pictures of Danny Lynch to follow. I got tons of pictures for these guys.
Yeah, all through the credits, it's going to be there.
Yeah, so Danny Lynch was about 250, about 5'9". He died in 2007, and he's from really close to the same town my wife was born in England.
Oh wow!
Yeah, in Bradford, England.
Bradford.
So yeah, the interesting Dara Singh. I posted some old clippings from I think 1962, 63 maybe, in Ontario on the Ontario Wrestling Clippings page of the past. And if you're watching this, you can just go right to there and punch in the search button. You can check Dara Singh, and you'll see some really cool matches that we posted already, and especially in somewhere in Western Ontario, some little town. I can't remember exactly where it is right now. Of him wrestling Gene Kaniski 2 out of 3. So yeah, I got a poster with Dara Singh. He was wrestling in my old hometown, Galt, Ontario.
Galt.
Yeah.
Is that Cambridge?
Yes, Cambridge now, but Galt then. So yeah, we
part of the town name is Galt. Like what the hell?
Scottish, man.
Scottish.
Yeah, Scottish.
Wow.
Lots of bricklayers, lots of masons, lots of secret codes and
hand signals.
Yep. Cool handshakes.
Ooh. Only one hand signal matters, bro.
Yeah. Woo! So yeah, that's the rundown. And I like I said, these guys are a little bit oblique. So yeah, there's not like stuff on them all over the place. But there's no pictures of these guys in magazines. So you're gonna get all the pictures after, and they're all gonna be named up there. And it'll be really cool to check out some of these guys.
Yeah. Before we start to wrap things up, boom, Canadians on the show.
Oh my God. I've gone
Chris Tolos. No.
Yes. Tolos Parisi, Terry Yorkson, Tiger Jeet Singh is an adopted Canadian. Yeah. Andy Martin probably was a Canadian while he lived here, but he He lived here for quite a few years. And that's it. Guys who worked for the Wild Man, again, Parisi, Tolis, Yorkston, Tigerjeet Singh, and that's it. Than Yang Chung, guys who had really difficult names to pronounce. Number one on our list, Thang Yang Chung.
Yeah.
I hope that he turned out to be a really great guy and a really nice dad, and that he has lots of kids. And I hope he's not living in China right now, because who the hell would want to live in China right now?
Yeah, this guy, this guy just says that. Who wants to live in China? I do.
I'm really ticked at the world political situation.
I know you are. I know you are. Yeah.
Not my worry, baby.
Not right here. We don't care right here. We're about the wrestling history, and if you want to follow us on all of our wrestling history, you can check us out on our National Wrestling Clipping Alliance Facebook page, the Ontario Wrestling Clippings of the Past page, or the Wildman page.
Yes.
You could just enter those in the search bar, search us up. You can follow us on Twitter at official NWCA1. We are always on our social. We're very active. Well, we try to be anyways. We have lots of content already posted on our YouTube channel. Subscribe to the channel. Tell your friends about the show if you know any wrestling fans or any other history buffs. This is what we do, and we've been doing it all year. I mean, I can't believe that we're on pace to hit over 20 episodes this year.
Yeah, we're going to get more than 20 on, because we're going to start putting in some shorts like the one I did with the wrestling magazine. And that was so much fun to do and kind of interesting. And I don't know if anyone liked it, but it was a lot of fun for me to do. So I want to also thank Grand River Tea for sponsoring. We're at, I think the boss over at Grand River Tea said something about 15% discount if you use the NWCA code when you're ordering. She's got a whole pile of new products coming out really soon, new teas for the fall. So she's excited about that. Wholesale orders, retail orders right across Canada, right across North America, right across the world. Grand River Tea, 15% off when you order at checkout.
There you go.
Thanking Johnny G for his editing services. He's the only one who's making any money here. We pay him no, nothing. So we thank him immensely for that, because
thank you, Ricochet.
We can't do it. I can't do it. I mean, if I wasn't working and I had all my fingers, I might be able to do it, but I don't.
Yeah, whatever. Just say that you're old and you don't know how to work computers. We want to thank everybody that's watching and everybody who gives us a chance and has been with us for this whole journey. This is our second podcast. Our first one, Ontario Wildman, we just focused on Ontario, but we want to talk about everything. Although it's funny you say that, considering we talked about Toronto today. Next week, we're in Austin, Texas. WWF 1991, Sergeant Slaughter versus Ultimate Warrior is the main event. We're going to do a whole card rundown and set the scene. Interesting time in the early 90s for wrestling fans for sure. We're going to keep pumping them out, man, because after that we have our big 2-part, maybe 3-part episode on the Nature Boys of Ontario. And we are ready to go. We're going to cover Buddy Rogers' career in Ontario, and then we're going to cover Ric Flair's career in Ontario, and then maybe do another one and just compare the both, and we'll see how all that goes with timing and everything. But we've done so much research. We've talked to other historians, and it's all come together now, and it's finally time to put it out.
Don't forget to send in your questions, send in requests, anything, guys. We want you to be part of this also. So, give us some ideas if you want. Let us know what you're thinking. Tell us what we're doing wrong. Tell us what we're doing right. I know the shine off the top of my head is a little bit too much sometimes, but sorry, I'm not wearing a hat. Social media, again, you've already mentioned social media. The Ric Flair episodes, Nature Boy episode is going to be so much fun. I can't wait to talk about Flair And maybe we'll even touch on that event that just happened a couple weeks ago.
Oh, we'll definitely be talking about his last match that he just had and incorporate his whole career. I mean, that event went worldwide, so lots to talk about. And there's only one place to not miss it, and that's on our YouTube channel. Just hit us up on YouTube, search us, NWCA Podcast. We are the only wrestling history podcast that doesn't just talk history, we show history. And with that said, I'm Jess.
And I'm Wes.
And we are the National Wrestling Clipping Alliance. Thank you for watching the NWCA podcast. Until next week, my friend. Bye.
Ciao for now.
I'm Jess.
And I'm Wes.
I'm Jess.
And I'm Wes.
We are the National Wrestling Clipping Alliance. It's the NWCA podcast.
I love doing this, and I love you in a, cool wrestling history kind of way.
Hey, easy, man.